Who's there?
Nay, answer me. Stand and unfold yourself.
Long live the king.
Bernardo.
He.
Come most carefully upon your hour.
It's now struck 12, Francisca. Get you to bed.
For this relief, much thanks. Tis bitter cold, and I am sick at heart.
Have you had a quiet guard?
Not a mouse stirring.
Well, good night. If you do meet the rivals of my watch, bid them make haste.
I think I hear them. Stand home, who's there?
Friends to this road.
And leechman to the day. Give you good night. Oh, Bernardo.
Say, what? Is Horatio there?
A piece of them.
Welcome, Horatio. Welcome, good Marcel.
What, has this thing appeared again tonight?
Horatio says it's but our fantasy. He will not let belief take hold of him, touching this dreaded sight twice seen of us. Therefore, I've entreated him along with us to watch the minutes of the night, that if again this apparition comes...
Tush, tush. 'Twill not appear. Let us once again assail your ears that are so fortified against our story, what we have tonight seen.
Well, let us hear Bernardo speak of this.
Last night of all, when yon same star that's westward from the pole had made its course to illume that part of heaven, where now it burns, Marcella and myself, the bell then beating one...
Peace! Break me off. Look where it comes again! Thou art just gonna speak to it, Horatio.
Looks it not like the king? Most like it, Horatio. Most like it. It powers me with fear and wonder. Who be spoke to?
Speak to it, Horatio.
What art thou that usurps this time of night? If thou hast any sound or use of voice, speak to me. If there be any good thing to be done that may to thee do ease or grace to me, speak to me. Oh, stay and speak.
'Tis here.
'Tis here.
It is gone. We do it wrong to offer it the show of violence. Brutus is the air, invulnerable.
Is not this something more than fantasy? What think you on it?
Before my God, I might not misbelieve without a sensible and true avouch of mine own eyes.
Is it not like the king?
As thou art to thyself, it is strange.
Was about to speak when the crow called.
And then it started, like a guilty thing upon a fearful summons. Let us impart what we have seen tonight unto young Hamlet. For upon my life, this spirit, dumb to us, will speak to her.
Let's do it, I pray. And I this morning know I should find him most convenient.
Yet of Hamlet, our dear brother's death, the memory be grieved, and that it does befit it to bear our hearts in grief, and our whole kingdom to be contracted in one brow of woe. Yet, so far hath discretion fought with nature, that we with wisest sorrow think on him, together with remembrance of ourselves. Therefore, our sometime sister, now our queen, and we, let's work with a defeated joy, with mirth in funeral, and with dirge in marriage, in equal scale weighing delight and joy. Take it to wife. Nor have we herein barred your better wisdoms, which have freely gone with this affair along, for all our thanks. And now, Laertes, what's the news with you? You told us of some suit. What is it, Laertes? You cannot speak of reason to the dame and lose your voice. What wouldst thou have, Laertes?
My dread lord, your leave and favour to return to France, from whence so willingly I came to Denmark to show my duty in your coronation. Yet now I must confess, that duty done, my thoughts and wishes bend again towards France.
Have you your father's leave? What says Polonius?
She hath, my lord, wrung from me my slow leave by laboursome petition.
Take thy fair hour, Laertes. Time be thine, and thy best graces spended at thy will. But now, my cousin Hamlet, and my child.
A little more than kin and less than kind.
How is it that the clouds still hang?
Good Hamlet, cast thy knife be fallen off, and let thy nine look like a friend on Denmark. Do not forever with our valiantly seek for thy noble father in the dust. Thou knowest 'tis common, all that lives must die, passing through nature to eternity.
Aye, madam, it is common.
If it be, why seems it so particular with thee?
Seems, madam. Nay, it is. I know not seems. 'Tis not alone my inky cloak, good mother, together with all forms, moods, shapes of grief that can denote me truly. These indeed seem for their actions that a man might play. But I have that within which passes show these but the trappings and suits of woe.
'Tis sweet and commendable in your nature, Hamlet, to give these morning duties to your father. But you must know, your father lost a father, that father lost his. The survivor, bound in filial obligation, for some turn to do obsequious sorrow, but to persever in obstinate condolement is a cause of impious stubbornness. It is unseemly grief. It shows a will most incorrect to heaven, a fault against the dead, a fault to nature, whose common theme is death of fathers. We pray you, throw to earth this unprevailing woe and give answers of a father. For let the world take note, you are the most immediate to our throne, and with no less nobility of love than that which dearest father bears his child, do I impart. For your intent in going back to school in Wittenberg, it is most retrograde to our desire, and we beseech you, bend you to remain here, in the cheer and comfort of our eye, our chiefest courtier, cousin, and our daughter.
Oh, that this too solid flesh would melt, thaw, and resolve itself into a tube. Or that the everlasting had not fixed his canon gainst self-slaughter. God, how weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable seem to me all the uses of this world. That it should come to this. But 2 months dead, and nay, not so much, not 2. So excellent a king that was to this, Hyperion to a setter, so loving to my mother, and yet, within this month, let me not think on it. Frailty by name his woman, a little month. Wesh. Oh God, a beast that wants this course of reason would have mourned longer, married with my uncle, my father's brother, but no more like my father than I am. Thank you. Within a month, most wicked speed, to post with such dexterity to incestuous cheats, it is not nor it cannot come to good. But break my heart, for I must hold my tongue.
Let not thy mother who said prayers come prefer to stay with her, though not even with her.
I shall in all my best obey you, madam.
Why, it is loving and a fair reply. Be as ourselves in Denmark. Madam, come. This gentle and unforced accord of Hamlet sits smiling to my left.
My necessaries are embarked.
Farewell. Let me hear from you. Do you doubt that? For Hamlet, the trifling of her favour counted a fashion and a toy in blood. No more. No more but so. Think it no more. Perhaps she loves you now, but you must fear. Her will is not her own, for on her choice depends the health and safety of this whole state. Be wary then, lest safety lies in fear. Youth to itself rebels, though none else near. Oh, I shall be effect of this good lesson keep as watchman to my heart. But, good my sister, do not the some ungracious pastors do show me the steep and thorny way to heaven, whilst like a path in reckless liberty in himself the primrose path of dalliance treads, and recks not his own reed.
Oh, fear me not. I stay too long.
Yet here, Laertes, aboard for shame. There, my blessing with thee, and these few precepts in thy memory, look thou character. Give thy thoughts no tongue, nor any unproportioned thought his act. Be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. Beware of entrance to a quarrel, but being in, bear it, that the opposite may beware of thee. Give every man thy ear, but few thy voice. Take each man's censure, and reserve thy judgment. Costly thy habit, as thy purse can buy, but not expressed in fancy. Rich, not gaudy, for the apparel oft proclaims the man. Neither a borrower nor a lender be, for loan oft loses both itself and friend, and borrowing dulls the edge of husbandry. This above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night the day. Thou canst not then be false to any man. Farewell. My blessing, season this in thee.
Humbly do I take my leave, my lord.
Aboard for shame. The time invests you, go.
Farewell, Ophelia, and remember well what I have said to thee.
This in my memory locked, and you yourself shall keep the key of it.
Farewell.
What is Ophelia she hath said to you?
So please you something that she gladly Hamlet.
Marry, well bethought. 'Tis told me she hath very oft of late given private time to you, and you yourself have of your audience been most free and bounteous. If it be so, so 'tis put on thee, and that in way of caution. I must tell you, you do not understand yourself so clearly as it behoves my daughter and your honour. What is between you? Give me up the truth.
She had, my lord, as of late, made many tenders of her affections in me.
Affection, how you speak like a green girl, unsifted in such perilous circumstances. Do you believe her tenders, as you call them?
I do not know, my lord, what I should say.
Marry, I will teach you. Think yourself a baby that you've ta'en these tenders for true pay.
My lord, she had importuned me with love in honourable fashion.
Aye, fashion you may call it. I do know when the blood burns, how prodigal the soul lends the tongue vows. These blazes, daughter, giving more light than heat, extinct in both, even in their promise as it is a making, You must not take for fire. In view, Ophelia, do not believe her vows. From this time, be something scanter of your maiden presence. Look to it, I charge you, come your ways.
I shall obey, my lord.
Hail to your ladyship.
I'm glad to see you well. Where is she? Oh, I do forget myself.
The same, my lady, and your poor servant
My
ever.
sir, you're my good friend. I am very glad to see you. Good evening, sir. Now, what is your affair in Elsinore?
My lady, I came to see your father's funeral.
I prithee do not mock me, fellow student. I think it was to see my mother's wedding.
Indeed, my lady, it followed hard upon.
Oh, thrift, Horatio. The funeral baked meats did goldly furnish forth the marriage tables. Would I have met my dearest foe in heaven, or ever I had seen that day, Horatio? My father? Methinks I see my father.
Where, my lady?
In my mind's eye, Horatio.
I saw him once. He was a goodly king.
He was a man, take him for all in all. I shall not look upon his like again.
My lady, I think I saw him yesternight.
So who?
My lady, the king, your father.
The king, my father.
Two nights together had these sentinels on their watch in the middle of the night been thus encountered. A figure, like your father, appears before them and with its solemn march goes slow and stately by them. This to me in dreadful secrecy in part they did, and I with them the third night kept the watch, where, as they had delivered, the apparition comes. I knew your father. These hands are not alike.
But where was this? My lady upon the platform or the watch?
Did you not speak to it?
My lady, I did, but answer me did not. Yet, once it lifted up its head and did address itself to motion like as it would speak, but even then it vanished from our sight.
It is very strange.
I do live, my honoured lady, 'tis true. And we did think it writ down in our duty to let you know of it.
Indeed, sir, ma'am, but this troubles me. Hold you the watch tonight?
Do, my lady.
Well, what did he frowning me?
Countenance more in sorrow than in anger.
Pale or red?
Yea, very pale.
Fixed his eyes upon me.
Most constantly.
I would I have been there.
It would have much amazed you.
I will watch tonight. But chance to walk again.
I warrant it will.
If you have hitherto concealed this sight, and whatsoever else shall hap tonight, give it an understanding, but no tongue. I will requite your lips. So fare you well. Upon the platform, twixt 11 and 12, I'll visit you.
I do you, Your Honour.
Farewell. My father's spirit. All is not well. I doubt some foul play. Would the night recover? Till then, sit still, my soul. Foul weeds will rise, though all the earth o'erwhelmed to men's eyes.
Welcome, dear Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Moreover, that we much did long to see you, that we... The need we have to use you did provoke our hasty sending. Something have you heard of Hamlet's transformation, so call it, if nor the exterior nor the inward may resembles that it was. But it should be more than her father's death that thus hath put her so much from the understanding of herself I cannot dream of. I beseech you both, that being of so young days brought up with her, that you vouchsafe your rest here in our court some little time, to gather so much as from occasion you may glean, whether aught to us unknown afflicts her eyes.
Good gentleman, she hath not talked of you. I'm sure I am two friends there is not living to whom she more adheres. If it will please you to show us so much gentry and goodwill, your visitation shall receive such thanks as fits a king's remembrance.
Both your majesties might, by the sovereign power you have of us, put your dread pleasures more into command than to entreaty.
But we both obey, and here give up ourselves in the full bet, to lay our service freely at your feet, to be commanded.
Thanks, Rosencrantz. And Gentle Guildenstern.
Thanks, Guildenstern. And gentle Rosencrantz. And I beseech you instantly to visit my too much aged daughter.
Heavens make our presence and our practices a pleasant and helpful.
I am it.
The air bites shrewdly. It is very cold.
It is a nipping and an eager air.
What hour now?
I think it lacks of 12.
No, it is struck.
Indeed? I heard it not. It then draws near the season wherein this spirit held his wont to walk. What does this mean, my lady?
Oh, the king doth wake tonight and takes his rouse. It is a custom more honoured in the breach than in the observance.
Oh, my lady comes.
Just ministers of grace defend us.
Be thy intents wicked or charitable, thou comest in such a questionable shape that I will speak to thee. I'll call thee Hamlet. King. Father. Royal Dane, answer me!
It beckons you to go away with it.
But do not go with it, my lady.
No, by no means.
Why? What should be the fear? I do not set my life at a pin's fee. And for my soul, what can I do to that, being a thing immortal as itself? It waves me forth again. I'll follow it.
What it kept you to underfront, my lady? What's the dreadful summit of the cliff and driving to madness? Think on it.
Waves me forth again. Go on, I'll follow.
You shall not go.
Hold off thy hands!
You shall not go.
My fate cries out! Unhand me! By heaven, I'll make a ghost of him that heads me. I say, away! Go on, I'll follow.
She waxes desperate with imagination.
Let us follow. It is not fit us to obey her.
I'm after him. Do you want to show this man?
Something is rotten in the state of Denmark.
Whether thou leave me, speak or go no further.
Mark me,
I will.
and lend thy serious hearing to what I shall now unfold.
Speak. I am bound to hear.
As thou art to revenge when thou shalt hear.
What?
I am thy father's spirit. Doomed for certain term to walk the night and in the day, confined fast in fires, till the foul crimes done in my days of nature are burnt and purged away. But list, if thou ever didst thy father love, revenge is most foul and unnatural. Murder! Murder! Murder is foul, strange, and unnatural. It is given out. Sleeping in my orchard, a serpent stung me. But no, thy noble youth, the serpent that stung thy father's life, now wears his crown.
Oh, my prophetic soul. My uncle!
Aye, that adulterate and incestuous beast, who with witchcraft in his wits and treacherous gifts, one with his shameful lust, the will of my once seeming virtuous queen. Brief must I be. Once Sleeping in my orchard, my custom always of the afternoon, upon my secure hour thy uncle stole. With juice of custard Habona in a vial, and in the porches of my ear he doth pour the leprous distillment, which has such enmity with the blood of man, that swift as quicksilver it courses through the natural gates and allies of the body, till with sudden vigor it doth possess the thin and wholesome blood.
So did mine. Thus was I, sleeping by a brother's hand, of life, of crown, and of queen, once dispatched.
Thou hast nature in thee, bury not. Let not the royal bed of Denmark be a couch of luxury and curse. But howsoever thou pursues this aim, take not thy mind, or let thy soul contrive against thy mother aught. Let her to heaven.
Adieu. Remember me.
Oh, you host of heaven! What else? Shall I couple hell? Oh, fie! Hold my heart! Remember thee? Yea, from the table of my memory I'll wipe away all trivial fond record. And thy commandment all alone shall live within the book and volume of my brain. Almost finishes one. Oh, villain, smiling, damned villain, that one may smile and be a villain, so uncle. There you are. Now to my word. I have sworn.
My lady,
Please, Hamlet.
heavens secure her.
So he. How is my lady?
What news, my lady?
There's never a villain dwelling in old Denmark, but he's an out name.
There ain't no ghost, my lady, come from the grave to tell us this.
Why, right? You are in the right. And so, without more circumstance, will I hold fit that we shake hands and part. You, as your business and desire shall point you, for every man hath business and desire such as it is, and for my own poor part, I will go pray.
These are but wild and whirling words.
Why, I'm sorry they offend you, party. Let's fake the party.
There's no offence, my lady.
Yes, I said party, but there is a ratio much offence too, let me tell you. For your desire to know what is between us, so master it as you may. Now, good friends, give me one poor request.
What is it, my lady? We will.
Never make known that you have seen tonight.
We will not, my lady.
Nay, but swear it.
Swear!
Consent to swear.
Propose the oath, my lady.
Never to speak of this that you have seen. Swear by my sword.
Swear. All day and night, but this is wondrous strange.
And therefore, as a stranger, give it welcome. There are more things in heaven and earth Horatio than are dreamt of in our philosophy. This do swear. How strange or odd soe'er I bear myself, as I perchance hereafter shall think meet to put an antic disposition on, never give note that you know aught of me.
Swear.
Rest, perturbed spirit. So, good friends, with all my love I do commend me to you. Go in, and steal your fingers on your lips, I pray. The time is out of joint. Oh, cursed spite, that ever I was once set it right.
Lady Hamlet, what's the news with you?
We could and we would.
Terms of our estate may not endure hazard so near as that hourly grow out of your distemper.
Well, we know.
My dear lady!
My most honoured lady!
My excellent good friends, how dost thou, Guildenstern? Ah, Rosencrantz. Good lads, how do you both?
As the indifferent children of the earth.
Happy that we are not ever happy. On Fortune's cap, we are not the very button.
Oh, then you live about her waist or in the middle of her things?
Faith, her private suite.
Oh, in the secret parts of Fortune. Almost true. She is a strumpet. What have you, my good friends, deserved at the hands of Fortune that she sends you to prison hither?
Prison, my lady?
Denmark's a prison?
Then is the world one.
Only one, in which there are many confines, wards, and dungeons, Denmark being one of the worst.
We think not so, my lady.
Why then, 'tis known to you. For there is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. To me it is a prison.
Why then, your ambition makes it one. 'Tis too narrow for your mind.
Oh God, I could be bounded in a nutshell and count myself a queen of infinite space, were it not that I have bad dreams, but in the beaten way of friendship. What make you what else you know?
To visit you, my lady, no other occasion.
Beggar that I am even poor in thanks. But I thank you. Were you not sent for? Is it your own incline? Is it a free visitation? Come, come, deal justly with me. Come, nay, speak.
What should we say, my lady?
Oh, anything but to the purpose. You were sent for, and there is a kind of confession in your looks which your modesties have not craft enough to cover. I know the good king and queen have sent for you.
To what end, my lady?
But that you must teach me. Then let me come to you by the rights of our fellowship. Be even and direct with me whether you were sent for or no.
My lady, we were sent for.
I will tell you why, and so shall my anticipation prevent your discovery. I have of late, but wherefore I know not, lost all my mirth, forgone all custom of exercises, and indeed it goes so heavily with my disposition that this goodly frame, the earth, seems to me a sterile promontory. This most excellent canopy, the air, look you, this brave overhanging firmament, this majestical roof, fretted with golden fire, why? It appeareth nothing to me but a foul and pestilent congregation of vapours. What a piece of work is man! How noble in reason! How infinite in faculties, in form, and moving, how express and admirable, in action, how like an angel, in apprehension, how like a god, the beauty of the world, the paragon of animals, and yet, to me, What is this quintessence of dust? Man delights not.
No, nor women either. Though by your smiling you seem to say so.
Oh, my lady! There was no such stuff in my thoughts.
Why did you laugh then when I said man delights not me?
To think, my lady, if you delight not in man, what lended entertainment the players shall receive from you, they coming to offer you service.
He that plays the king shall be welcome. What players are they?
Even those who want to take such delight in, the tragedians of the city.
There are the players.
Gentlemen, you are welcome to us. Your hands, come on. You are welcome. But my uncle, father, aunt, mother of the sea.
In what, my dear lady?
I am but man north of west. When the wind is southerly, I know a walk. For my hands.
Well be with you, masters.
Hark you, Guildenstern. You too. That great baby you see there is not yet out of his swaddling cloud.
Oh, haply he is the second time come to them, for they say an old man is twice a child.
I will prophesy he comes to tell me of the players. Mark, a Monday morning truth that you say right.
My lady, I have news to tell you. The actors are come hither, my lady.
Buzz, buzz.
The best actors in the world, either for tragedy, comedy, history, pastoral comical, historical pastoral, tragical historical, tragical comical historical pastoral, scene indivisible or poem unlimited. Seneca cannot be too heavy, nor Plautus too light. For the law of wit and the liberty, these are the only men.
You are welcome, masters. Welcome all. I'm glad to see you well. Welcome, good friends. What, my old friend? Why, thy face is fast since I saw thee last. What, my young lady, mistress? Oh, by a lady, your ladyship is nearer to heaven than when I saw you last. Masters, you are all welcome. We'll have a speech straight. Come, give us some taste of your quality.
What verse, my good lady? I heard thee speak me a speech once, but it was never acted, or if it was, not above once. 'Twas Aeneas' tale to Dido, especially when she speaks of Priam's slaughter. If it live in your memory, begin at this line. Let me see this. The rugged Pyrrhus, like the Arcanian beast. It is not so. Begins with Pyrrhus. The rugged Pyrrhus. He whose sable arms.
The rugged Pyrrhus, he whose sable arms, black as his purpose, did the knight resemble, as he lay couched in the ominous horse.
Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I. Is it not monstrous that this player here, but in a fiction, in a dream of passion, could force her soul so to her own conceit that from her working, all her visage wax, tears in her eyes, distraction in her aspect, a broken voice, and her whole function suiting with forms to her conceit, and all for nothing, for Hecuba. And what's Hecuba to her, or she to Hecuba, that she should weep for her? What would she do, had she the motive and the cue for passion that I have? She would drown the stage with tears, and cleave the general ear with horrid speech, yet I can say nothing. No, not for a king, upon whose property and most dear life a damned defeat was made. Am I a coward? That I, daughter of a dear father murdered,
Prompted to my revenge by heaven and hell, must unpack my heart with words and full of cursing. Fie upon it, foe. A bow to my brain. I have heard that guilty creatures, sitting at a play, have, by the very cunning of the scene, been struck so to the soul that presently they have proclaimed their malefactions. The murder, though it have no tongue, will speak with most miraculous organ. I'll have these players play something like the murder of my father before mine uncle. I'll observe his looks, I'll tempt him to the quick, and if he do blench, I know my course. The spirit that I have seen may be a devil and abuses me to damn me. I'll have grounds more relative to this.
And the instant clamour that she made, unless things mortal move them not at all, would have made Milch the burning eyes of heaven and passion in the gods!
I'll have you see out the rest of this. Good my lord, will you see the players well bestowed? Do you hear? Let them be well used, for they are the chronicles of the time. After your death, you had better have a bad epitaph and burial report while you live.
My lady, I will use them according to their deserts.
Use every man after his deserts, and who shall escape keeping? Use them after your own honour and dignity. The less they deserve, the more merit is in your bounty. Take them in.
Come, ladies.
Follow him, friends. We'll hear a play tomorrow. Dost thou hear me? Can you play the murder of Gonzaga?
Aye, my lady.
We'll have tomorrow night. You could, for need, study a speech of some 12 or 16 lines which I would set down and insert in, could you not?
Aye.
Very well. Follow that lord. Oh, and look, you mock him not. My good friends, I'll leave you till night. You are welcome to Elsinore.
Good, my lady.
And so, goodbye to you. The place the thing wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king.
I enacted Julius Caesar once. Hello, Ophelia. What's the matter?
My lord, as I was sewing in my closet, Lady Hamlet, with her doublet all unbraced, no hat upon her head, her stockings foul and pale as her shirt, and looked so picturesque in purport, as if she had been loosened out of hell to speak of horrors. She comes before me.
Mad for thy love.
I do not know.
What said she?
She took me by the wrist and held me hard. A long stay she saw. She raised a sigh so piteous and profound, as it did seem to shatter all her bulk and end her being. And then done, she lets me go. And with her head over her shoulder turned, she seemed to find her way without her eyes.
Come, go with me. I will go seek the king. This is the very ecstasy of love, whose violent property foredoes itself and leads the will to desperate undertakings. What, have you given her any hard words of late?
No, my lord. But as you did command, I did repel her letters and denied her access to me.
That has made her mad. I am sorry that with better heed and judgment I had not quoted her. I feared she did but trifle and meant to rack thee. Come, go we to the king. It must be known. Come.
Can you find no drift of conference yet from her? Why she puts on this confusion?
Why, she does confess. She feels herself distracted. but from what cause she will by no means speak.
Nor do we find her forward to be sounded, but with a crafty madness she keeps aloof when we would bring her on to some confession of her true state.
Did she receive you well?
Most like a gentlewoman.
But with much forcing of her disposition.
Did you assay her to any pastime?
Madam, we told her of the players, and there did seem in her a kind of joy to hear of it. They are here about the court, and as I think, they have already ordered this knight to play before her.
'Tis most true, and she beseeched me to entreat your majesties to hear and see the matter.
With all my heart, and it hath much contented me to hear her so inclined. Good gentlemen, give her a further range. Drive her purpose into these delights, huh?
We shall, my lord.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer with slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them. To die. To sleep no more. And by a sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished, to die, to sleep perchance to dream.
Now, yes, for in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil must give us pause. And there's the respect that makes calamity of so long life, for who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely,
Pangs of despised love, the lowest delay, the insolence of offense, and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes when she herself might her quietus make with a bare bodkin. Who would fardel spare? To grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death.
the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveller returns, puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others that we know not of.
Thus, conscience does make cowards of us all. And thus the native hue of resolution is sickly low with the pale cast of thought. And enterprises of great pitch and moment with disregard their currents turn awry and lose the name of action.
This must be known, come! How does my good lady?
Well! God a mercy.
Do you know me, my lady?
Excellent well. You are a fishmonger.
Not I, my lady.
Ah, then I would you were so honest a man.
Honest, my lady?
Answer. To be honest, as this world goes, is to be one man picked out of 10,000.
That's very true, my lady.
For if the sun breed maggots in a dead dog. Have you a daughter?
I have, my lady.
Let her not walk in the sun. Conception is a blessing, but as your daughter may conceive, friend, look to it.
Still harping on my daughter. Yet she knew me not at first. She thought I was a fishmonger, She's far gone. I'll speak to her again. What do you read, my lady?
Words. Words. Words!
What's the matter, my lady?
Between you.
I mean, the matter that you read, my lady.
Slander, sir. For the satirical rogue says here that old men have grey beards. That their faces are wrinkled. And that they have a plentiful lack of wit. All which, sir, do I most powerfully and potently believe, yet I hold it not on me to have it thus set down. For yourself, sir, shall grow old as I am, if like a crab you could devour.
Though this be madness, yet there is method in it. Will you walk out of the air, my lady?
Into my grave.
Indeed, that's out of the air. How pregnant sometimes her replies are. I will leave her. I'll take my leave of you, my lady.
No, you cannot, sir, take from me anything that I will more willingly part withal. Except my life. Except my life! Except my life.
Fare you well, my lady.
This tedious old...
I do think, or else this brain of mine hunts not the trail of policy so sure as it used to do, that I have found the very cause of Hamlet's lunacy.
Oh, speak of that. That do I long to hear.
I doubt it is no other but the maid. Her father's death and our hasty marriage.
My liege and madam, to expostulate what majesty should be, what duty is, why day is day, night, night, and time is time, were nothing but to waste day, night, and time. Therefore, since brevity is the soul of wit, I will be brief. Your noble daughter's mad. Mad call I it, for to define true madness, what is it? But to be nothing else but mad. But let that go.
More matter with less art.
Madam, I swear I use no art at all. That she's mad, 'tis true. 'Tis true, 'tis pity, and pity 'tis true. A foolish figure, but farewell it, for I will use no art. Mad, let us grant her then, and now remains but to find the cause of this effect, or rather say, the cause of this defect. Her parent, I have a daughter, who in her duty and obedience mark, hath given me this. Now gather and surmise. To the celestial and my soul's idol, the most beautified Ophelia. That's an ill phrase, a vile phrase. Beautified is vile phrase. But you shall hear thus. In her excellent white bosom.
Gave this from Hamlet to her.
Good madam, stay a while. I will be faithful. Doubt thou the stars of fire, doubt that the sun doth move, doubt truth to be a liar. Aha! But never doubt I love. Hamlet, this in obedience hath my daughter shown me.
But how hath she received Hamlet's love?
What do you think of me?
As of a man faithful and honourable.
I would fain prove so. I went round to work, and my young mistress thus I did bespeak. Lady Hamlet is a princess, out of thy star. This must not be. She took my advice, and Hamlet repelled. Fell to a sadness, then to a fast, thence to a weakness, thence to a watch, thence into a lightness, and by this declension into the madness wherein now she raves, and all we mourn for.
Do you think it is this?
It may be very like.
If circumstances lead me, I will find where truth is hid.
How may we try it further?
I hear her coming.
You know, sometimes she walks 4 hours together here in the lobby.
So she does indeed.
At such a time, I will loose my daughter to her. Be you and I behind an arras then. Mark the encounter.
We will try it. Sweet Gertrude, leave us too, that Hamlet may hear as 'twere by accident, affront Ophelia. We'll so bestow ourselves that we may of their encounter frankly judge. If it be the affliction of her love, we'll know that thus she suffers for.
I do wish that your good beauties be the happy cause of Hamlet's wildness. So shall I hope your virtues will bring her to her wonted way again.
Madam, I wish it not.
Ophelia, walk you here. Gracious, so please you. We will bestow ourselves. Read on this book, that show of such exercise may colour your loneliness. We are oft to blame in this. 'Tis too much proved that with devotion's visage and pious action we do sugar o'er the devil himself. Let's withdraw, my lord, I hear her coming.
Soft you now, the fair Ophelia.
Good my ladies, how does your honor for this many a day?
I humbly thank you. Well.
My lady,
Well.
I have remembrances of yours that I have longed to redeliver. I pray you now receive them.
No, not I. I never gave you up.
My honored lady, you know right well you did. And with them words so sweet that breath composes made the things more rich. Their perfume lost, take this again. There, my lady.
Ah.
Are you honest?
My lady.
I did love you once.
Indeed, my lady. You make me believe so.
Well, you should not have believed me. I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent honest, but yet I could accuse me of such things, that it were better my mother had not borne me. I am very proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offences at my beck than I have thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape or time to act them. We are our knaves all, but even our fathers. Go thy ways to a nunnery. Where's your father?
At home, my lady.
Let the doors be shut upon him, that he may play the fool. No ever in his own house. Farewell.
Oh, help her, you sweet heaven.
Go thy ways to a nunnery. Farewell. Or, if thou wilt needs marry a fool. For the wise do know well enough what monsters he make of them. To a nunnery. Go, and quickly too. Farewell. I say, we shall have no more marriage. Those that are married already, all but one shall live. The rest shall keep as they are. To a nunnery. Go.
Love. Her affections do not that way tend, nor what she spake, although it lacked form a little, was not like madness. There's something in her soul, on which her melancholy sits on brood. I do doubt the hatch and the disclose will be some danger.
But yet do I believe the origin and commencement of her grief sprung from neglected love. How now, Ophelia? You need not tell us what Lady Hamlet said. We heard it all.
speak your speech, I pray you, as I pronounce it to you, trippingly on the tongue. But if you mouth it, as many of our players do, I had as lief the town cry spoke my lines. No, do not soar the air too much with your hands thus, but use all gently, for in the very torrent, tempest, and, as I may say, whirlwind of your passion, you must acquire and get a temperance that may keep it smooth. My word! But be not too tame neither. Well, let your own discretion be your tutor. Suit the action to the word to the action, with this special observance that you overstep not the modesty of nature. For anything so overdone is from the purpose of play, whose end both at the first and now was and is to hold us toward the mirror up to nature, to show virtue her own feature, scorn her own image. And let those who play your clowns speak no more than a sit down. Go make you ready. How now, my lord? Will the king hear this piece of work?
And the queen too, and that presently.
The players make haste. Will you two help to hasten them?
Aye, my lady.
What hope, Horatio?
Here, dear lady, at your service.
There is a play tonight before the king. One scene of it comes near the circumstance which I have told thee of my father's death. Now prithee, when thou seest that act afoot, observe my uncle. If his occulted guilt run itself unkennel in one speech, it is a damned ghost that we have seen. Give him heedful note.
Well, my lady.
They are coming to the play. I must be idle, get you a haste.
How fares our cousin?
Oh, excellent in faith, with the chameleon's dish I eat the air. Promised ground. You cannot feed capons so.
I have nothing for this answer, Hamlet. These words not mine.
No. No, mine not. My lord, you played once in the university, you say?
That did I, my lady, and was accounted a good actor.
What did you enact?
I did enact Julius Caesar. I was killed in the Capitol. Brutus killed me.
Be the players ready?
Come hither, my dear Hamlet. Sit by me.
No, remember. Here's metal more attractive.
Ho, ho. Do you mark that?
Lady, shall I lie in your lap?
No, my lady.
I mean my head upon your lap.
Aye, my lady.
Oh, do you think I meant country matters?
I think nothing, my lady.
Oh, there's a fair thought to lie between maids' legs.
What is, my lady?
Nothing.
You are married, my lady.
Well, what should one do but be married? For look you how cheerfully my mother looks, and my father dies within 2 hours.
Nay, 'tis twice 2 months, my lady.
So long! Oh, heavens, died 2 months ago, and not forgotten yet.
Mark the play.
For us and for our tragedy, here stooping to your clemency, we beg your hearing patiently.
Oh, I got a cozy we're in.
Tis brief, my lady.
Oh, it's woman's love.
For 30 times hath Phoebus' cart gone round, Neptune's salt wash, and Tellus' orbed ground, since love our hearts and Hymen did our hands unite commutual in most sacred bands. So many journeys may the sun and moon make us again count, other ere love be done. But woe is me, you are so sick of late, so far from cheer and from your former state. Faith, I must leave thee, love, and shortly too. My operant powers their functions cease to do, and thou shalt live in this fair world behind, honored, beloved, and haply one as kind a husband shalt thou find.
Oh, go find the rest! Such love must needs be treasure in my breast! A second time I kill my husband dead, when
But what we do determine off we break, most necessary 'tis that we forget to pay ourselves what to ourselves is debt. So, think thou wilt no second husband wed, but die thy thoughts when thy first lord is dead.
Both here and hence pursue me lasting strife. If once a widow, ever I be wife.
Oh, if she should break it now. Madam, how like you this play?
The lady doth protest too much, methinks.
Ah, but she'll keep her word. Oh, this is one Lucianus, nephew to the king.
Thoughts black, hands out, drunk spit and tongue. Confederate season, else no other creature see. Thou mixture rank of midnight weeds collected, with Hecate's band thrice blasted, thrice perfected. Thy natural method, dire property, unwholesome life, immediately.
He poisons him in the garden to his estate. You shall see anon how the murderer gets the love of Gonzago's wife.
Ah! Where's my lord?
Give all the play.
Give me some light here. Away!
Lights! Lights! Lights!
Oh, good Horatio! I'll take the ghost's word for £1,000 this proceeding.
Well, my lady.
Upon the poisoning.
I did very well note.
Come, some music! For if the king like not the comedy, why then belike he likes it not pretty. Come, some music.
Good, my lady. Vouchsafe me a word with you.
Sir, a whole history.
The king, ma'am,
I so love him.
is in his retirement marvellous distempered.
Oh, with drink, sir.
No, my lady, with choler.
Well, your wisdom should show itself more richer to signify this to his doctor.
Good, my lady. Put your discourse into some frame and start not so wildly from my affair.
I am tame, sir, for now.
The queen, your mother, in most great affliction of spirit, hath sent me to you.
Oh, you are welcome.
If it shall please you to make me a wholesome answer, I will do your mother's commandment.
Sir, I cannot.
The what, my lady?
Make you a wholesome answer? My wit's disease. But, sir, such answer as you can make, you shall command, or rather, as you say, my mother. Therefore, no more to the matter. My mother, you say.
Then thus, she says, your behaviour hath struck her into amazement and admiration.
Oh, wonderful daughter that can so astonish her mother. There is no sequel at the heels of this mother's admiration, in part.
She desires to speak with you in her closet. Ere you go to bed.
We shall obey. Were she 10 times our mother. Have you any further trade with us?
My lady, you once did love me.
And you still, by these pickers and stealers.
Good, my lady. What is the cause of your distemper?
Sir, I lack advancement.
How can that be? When you have the voice of the king himself for your succession in Denmark.
Aye, sir, but while the grass grows. Oh, the proverb is something musty. Why do you go about to recover the wind of me? Will you play upon this pipe?
My lady, I cannot.
I pray you.
Believe me, I cannot.
I do beseech you.
I know no touch of it, my lady.
Why, it is as easy as lying. Govern these vintages with your fingers and thumb. Give them breath with your mouth, and they will discourse most eloquent music. Look you, these are the stops.
But these cannot I command to any utterance of harmony. I have not the skill.
Why, look you now, how unworthy a thing you make of me. You would play upon me. You would seem to know my stops. You would sound me from my lowest note to my compass, and there is much music in this little organ, yet cannot you make it speak? Do you think I am easier to be played on than a pipe?
Call me what instrument you will, though you can fret me, you cannot play upon it. God bless you, sir.
My lady, the Queen would speak with you, and presently.
Do you see yonder cloud that is almost in shape of a camel?
By the mass, and 'tis like a camel indeed.
He thinks it is like a weasel.
It is backed like a weasel.
Or like a whale.
Very like a whale.
Then I will come to my mother by and by.
I will say so.
By and by is easily said. Leave me, friends. It's now the very witching time of night, when churchyards yawn, and hell itself breaks out contagion to this world. Now, could I drink hot blood, and do such bitter business as the day would quake to look on? Soft now to my mother. Oh, heart, lose not thy nature. Let me be cruel, not unnatural. I will speak daggers to her, but use none.
I like her not, nor stands it safe with us to let her madness rage. Thus set it down. She shall with speed to England. Haply the seas and countries different with variable objects shall expel this something settled matter in her heart, on which her brain still beating puts her thus from fashion of herself. Therefore prepare you. Your commission shall forthwith dispatch, and she to England shall along with you.
We will haste thus.
My lord, she's going to her mother's closet. Behind the arras I'll convey myself to hear the process.
Thanks to you, my lord. Oh, my offence is rank. Smells to heaven. It hath the primal, eldest curse upon it. Brothers, murder. Pray can I not? Though inclination be as sharp as will. My fault is past. But oh, what form of prayer can serve my turn? Forgive me my foul murder, that cannot be. And I am still possessed of those effects for which I did the murder, my crown, my own ambition, my queen. May one be pardoned and retain the offense. The corrupted currents of this world offences, gilded hand may buy out the law. It's not so, but there is no shuffling. There the action lies in his true nature. Tried what repentance can, what can it not do? What can, when one cannot?
Now must I do it. And now he's a pray. And now I'll do it, and so he goes to heaven, and so am I avenged. That would be scandal. A villain kills my father, and for that I do this same villain send to heaven. Why, this is higher in salary, not revenge. He took my father with all his crimes, broad blown, and am I then revenged? To take him in the purging of his soul, when he is fit and seasoned for his passage? No. when he is drunk asleep, or in his rage, or in the incestuous pleasure of his bed, or about some act that has no relish of salvation in it, then tripping, that his soul may be as damned as hell whereto it goes. My mother stays. This physic but prolongs thy sickly days.
My words fly up, and my thoughts remain below. Words without thoughts never to heaven go.
She will come straight. Look, you lay home to her. Tell her her pranks have been too broad to bear with, and that your grace hath screened and stood between much heat and her.
Mother?
I'll silence me even here.
Mother?
Withdraw him from it.
Mother! Now, Mother, what's the matter?
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended.
Mother, you have my father much offended.
Come, come, you answer with an idle tongue.
Go, you question with a wicked tongue.
Why, no, Hamlet!
What's the matter now?
Have you forgot me?
No, by the rood, not so. You are the queen, your husband's brother's wife, and, would it were not so, you are my mother.
Nay, then I'll set those to you that can speak.
Come, I'll set you down, or while you shall not budge. You go not till I set you up a glass where you may see the inmost part of you.
What wilt thou do?
Hamlet,
murder me? Oh me! What hast thou done?
Nay, I know not, is it the king?
Oh, what a rush of blood it is this!
A blood indeed. Almost as bad, good mother, as kill a king and marry with his brother.
As kill a king?
Aye, lady, 'twas my word. Thou wretched, rash, intruding fool! I took thee for the better. I will. And leave wringing of your hands, and let me wring your heart, if it be made of perishable stuff.
What have I done, that thou darest wag thy tongue in noise so rude against me?
Look here upon this picture, and on this, the counterfeit presentment of two brothers. See what a grace was seated on this brow. This was your husband. And look you now what follows. I mean, here is your husband, like a mildewed ear, blasting this wholesome brother. Have you eyes? You cannot call it love, for at your age, the heyday in the blood is tame, it's humble, and waits upon the judgment. And what judgment would step from this to this? Whatever was that hath cozened you from hoodman blind? Oh, shame, where is thy blush? Rebellious hell!
Hamlet, speak no more these words like daggers entering my ears, no more, sweet
A
Hamlet.
murderer and a villain, a slave that is not 20th part but tithe of your precedent lord, a vice of kings,
No
a
more!
king of shreds and patches. Oh, say, what would your gracious figure?
Do not forget, this visitation is but to whet thy blunted purpose. Look, the amazement on thy mother sits. Speak to her, Hamlet.
How is it with you, lady?
Alas, how is it with you?
that you do bend your eye on vacancy and with incorporeal air do hold discourse. Whereon do you look?
On him. On him, look you how pale he gets. Do not look upon me.
To whom do you speak this?
Do you see nothing there?
Nothing at all. Yet all that is I see.
Nor did you nothing hear?
No, nothing but ourselves.
Well, but look you there, look how it steals away, my father. In his habit, as he lived.
This is the very coinage of your brain. This bodiless creation ecstasy is very cunning and...
Mother? Lay not that fluttering unction to your soul that not your trespass but my madness speaks. Confess yourself to heaven. Repent what's past, avoid what is to come, and do not spread the compost on the weeds to make them rank. Forgive me this, my virtue.
O Hamlet, thou hast cleft my heart in twain.
Throw away the worser part of it and live the purer with the other half. Good night. But go not to my uncle's bed. Assume a virtue if you have it not. I do repent, but heaven hath pleased it so to punish me with this, and this with me. So again, good night. I must be cruel, only to be kind. I'll lug the guts into the neighbor room. Mother, good night indeed. This counselor is now most still, most secret and most grave, who was in life a foolish prating knave. Come, sir, to draw toward an end with you. Good night, Mother.
There's matter in these sighs. These profound heaves you must translate. That is what we understand. Where is your daughter?
Bestow this place on us a little while. I, my own lord, will have a seat tonight.
Now what, Gertrude? How does Hamlet?
Mad! As the sea and wind, when both content, which is the mightier. In her lawless feet, behind the arras hearing something stir, whips out a rapier, cries a rat, and in this brainish apprehension kills the unseen good old man.
Oh, heavy deed. There's been so with us had we been there. Liberty is full of threats to all, to you yourself, to us, to everyone. Where is she gone?
To draw apart the body she hath killed, over whom she weeps for what is done.
Gertrude. Oh, Gellenster! Hamlet, in madness, hath Polonius slain. Proceed her out, and bring the body into the chapel. But I pray you, haste in this.
Hamlet? Lady Hamlet? Hamlet?
Who calls on Hamlet? Oh, here they come.
What have you done, my lady? The dead body.
Confounded it with dust, where to escape.
Tell us where it is. We may bear it to the chapel.
Do not believe it.
Believe what?
That I can keep you a counselor, not mine own. Besides, to be demanded of a sponge, what replication should be made by the daughter of a king? Answer. One that soaks up the king's countenance, his rewards, his authority. And such officers do the king best service at the end when he needs what you have gleaned. It is with squeezing you and sponge you shall be dry again.
My lady, you must tell us where the body is and go with us to the king.
Well, the body's with the king, but the king is not with the body. The king is a thing.
A thing,
of nothing.
my lady.
Bring me to him.
To bear all salute, this sudden sending her away must seem the deliberate cause. And now?
What has befallen? Where the dead body is bestowed, my lord, we cannot get from her.
Now, Hamlet, where's Polonius?
At supper?
Supper? Where?
Not where he eats, but where he is eaten. A certain convocation of worms, or even at your worm is your only emperor for diet. We fat all creatures else to fat us, and we fat ourselves for maggots. A man may fish with the worm that have eaten the king, and eat of the fish that have fed off that worm.
What does that mean by this?
Nothing but to show you how a king may go the progress with the guts of a beggar.
Where is Polonius?
In heaven? Send thither to see. If your messenger find him not there, seek him in the other place, your son. But if indeed you find him not within this month, you shall nose him as you go up the stairs into the lobby.
We'll go seek him there.
You will stay till you come.
Hamlet, this deed for thine especial safety, which we do tender as we dearly grieve for that which thou hast done, must send thee hence. Therefore prepare you. The bark is ready and everything is bent for England.
For England?
Aye, Hamlet.
Good.
So is it, if thou knewest our purpose.
I see an angel that sees them. Come, for England. Farewell, dear mother.
Thy loving father, Hamlet.
My mother. Father and mother is man and wife is one flesh, and so, my mother. Come for England.
Follow her close. Protect so its speed aboard, delay do not. Have her heads tonight. England, if thou love thou holdst aboard, thou mayest not coldly set our sovereign process, which imports it full, with letters congruing to that effect, the present death. Hamlet. Do it, England, for like the hectic in my blood she rages. And thou must cure me.
How all occasions do inform against me, and spur my dull. Do not know why yet I live to say this thing's to do, sith I have cause, and will, strength and means to do. Examples gross as earth exhort me. Witness an arm, such mass and charge, exposing what is mortal and unsure to all but fortune, death, and danger dead, even for an eggshell. How stand I then? That have a father killed, a mother stained,
excitements of my reason and my blood, and let all sleep. While, to my shame, I see the imminent death of 20,000 men who, for a fantasy and trick of fate, go to their graves of beds. Fight for a plot that is not tomb enough and continents to hide us. Oh, from this time forth, my thoughts be bloody, or be nothing worth.
She is importunate, indeed distraught. Her mood will needs be pitied. What will she have? She speaks much of her father, says she hears there is tricks in the world, and hems and beats her heart. 'Twere good she were spoken with, for she may strew dangerous conjectures in ill-breeding minds. Let her come in.
From another one, by his castle hand and his sandal shoe.
Alas, little lady, what imports this song?
Say you? Nay, pray. Mark. He is dead and gone, lady. He is dead and gone, and his head a glass green tub, and his heels a stone.
Last, look here, my lord.
Which fell up to the ground, did not grow in true love showers.
How do you, pretty lady?
Well, God deals you. They say the owl was a baker's daughter. Lord, we know what we are, but not what we may be. God be at your table!
How long hath she been thus?
I hope Rome will be worth it. But we must be patient, because I cannot choose but weep the thing that have put him in a cold, cold ground. My sister should hold me. I thank you for your good counsel. Come, my coach. Good night, sweet ladies. Good night, ladies. Good night. Good night.
Follow her coast. Give her good watch, I pray you. Oh, this is the poison of deep grief. It springs all from her father's death, and now, behold, Gertrude, when sorrows come, they come not single spies, but in battalions. First her father slain, next your daughter. Gone. Good Polonius' death. Seraphina, divided to herself and her fair judgment, without which their pictures or mere please.
Save us, everyone! Young Laertes in the right, and obeys your office.
And the doors are broke.
Where is this king? Give me my father! Help me, good Laertes!
What is the cause, Laertes? Why thou art thus incensed? Let her go, Gertrude. Speak, man.
Where is my father?
Dead.
But not by
Let
him.
her demand her fate.
How came he dead? I'll not be juggled with to hell! Allegiance! Vows to the blackest devil, I dare damnation! To this point I stand, let come what comes. Only I'll be revenged most thoroughly for my father.
Who shall stay you?
My will, not all the world.
Laertes, is it writ in your revenge that you will draw both friend and foe, winner and loser?
None but his enemies.
Well, you know them.
To his good friends thus wide, I'll open my arms,
Right. Now, you speak like a good child and a true gentlewoman. But I am guiltless of your father's death, and am most sensibly in grief for it. It shall as level to your judgment peer as day does to your eye.
Oh no. What noise is this? Dear me, Francis, all sorts of things. Oh heavens. The young maid's wit should be as mortal as an old man's life. Fare you well, my dove. There's Rosemary. That's for remembrance. Pray you, love. Remember. Ah, that's Francis, that's for thoughts. The document in madness. There's fennel for you. And columbines. There's room for you and some for me, and we may call it the herb of grace of Sandis. You must play a rule. There is a daisy. I will give you some violets, but they all withered away when my father died. They say he made a good end. And will he not come again? And will he not come again? No, he's dead. Do you see this? Oh, God, to my deathbed. He never will come again.
Yes. I must commune with your grief, or you deny me right. Be you content to lend your patience to us, and we will jointly labor with your soul to give it due content.
Let this be so.
Madam, your daughter is safe arrived in Denmark. This letter I even now received of her, where she writes how she escaped the danger and subtle treason that the king had plotted. She found the packet sent to the King of England, wherein she saw herself betrayed to death. She will relate the circumstances below.
And I perceive this treason. But none of you, Horatio, where she is.
Yes, madam. And she hath appointed me to meet her tomorrow morning.
Oh, fail me not, Horatio. And withal commend me a mother's care to her.
Madam, never make doubt of that.
Thanks be to heaven for blessing of the princess. Horatio, once again I take my leave with 1,000 mother's blessings to my daughter.
Madam, adieu.
Now must your conscience my acquittance seal, and you must put me in your heart for friends, if you have heard, and with a knowing ear, that she which hath your noble father slain pursued my life.
It well appears, but tell me, why pursue you not these feats so criminal and so capital in nature?
For two special reasons, which may to you perhaps seem much unsingured, but to me they're strong. The queen, her mother, lives almost by her looks, and for my part, my virtue or my play, be it either which, she's so conjunctive to my life and soul that as the star moves not but in his sphere, I could not but by her. You know, the other reason is the great love the common crowd bears.
And so have I a noble father lost, a sister driven into desperate terms, but my revenge will come.
You must not think that we are made of stuff so flat and dull that we can let our beard be shook with bedanger and think it pastime. Shortly, something more. No, no?
Letters, my lord, from Hamlet.
From Hamlet? Who brought them?
I know not. They were given me by Horatio.
Laertes, you shall hear them. Leave us. The ears are senseless that should have given us hearing, to tell him his commandment is fulfilled, that Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. High and mighty, you shall know I am set naked on your kingdom. Tomorrow shall I beg leave to see your kingly eyes when I shall recount the occasion of my sudden and more strange return. Hamlet.
Let her come.
There it is. If this be so, how should it be so? Oh, otherwise. Will you be ruled by me?
I, my lord, will overrule you to.
There it is. Was your father dear to you? Or are you like a painting of a sorrow, a face without a heart?
Why ask you this?
Hamlet comes back. What would you do to show yourself indeed your father's child, more than in words?
To cut her throat in the church.
I will work up to an exploit. Now ripen my device, under the which she shall not choose to fall. For her breath, no wind of brain shall breathe, but call it accident.
One road does tread upon another's heels, so fast they follow. Your sister's drowned, Francis. Drowned? Where? There is a willow, grows a scanther brook, that shows his holy leaves in the glassy stream. There with fantastic garlands did she make of grow flowers, nettles, daisies, and long purples. There on the pendant boughs, her coronet weeds clambering to hang an envious liver. Look! And down her weedy trophies and herself fell in the weeping brook. Her clothes spread wide, and mermaid like they bore her up. And long it could not be, till that her garments heavy with their drink pulled the poor wretch from the melodious lake to muddy death. Too much of water hast thou, poor Ophelia, and therefore I forbid my tears.
Yet it is not trick. Nature her custom holds, let shade say what it will. Adieu, my lord. I had a speech of fire that famed blade. But this folly drowns it.
How much I had to do to calm her rage. Now I fear this will give it start. Come.
Is she to be buried in Christian burial when she willfully seeks her own salvation?
I tell thee she is. The crowner hath sat on her and finds it Christian burial.
How can that be? Unless she drowned herself in her own defense? Eh?
Why, this found so. Will you hear the truth on it? If this had not been a gentlewoman, she should have been buried out of Christian burial.
Why, there thou sayest. And the more pity that great folk should have countenance in this world to drown or hang themselves more than you're even Christian, huh? Yeah. Oh, and I'll put another question to thee. If thou answerest me not to the purpose, confess thyself.
Go to?
What is he that builds stronger than either the mason, the shipwright, or the carpenter?
The gallows maker. For that frame outlives 1,000 tenants.
Hey, I like that went well, Faith. The gallows maker goes well. But do it again, come.
Who builds stronger than a mason, a shipwright, or a carpenter?
Aye, tell me that, and unyoke.
Swindell.
To it?
Massa que no tal.
Cousin of my brain to know more about it. And when you are asked this question next, say, a grave maker. The houses he makes last till doomsday. Go, get thee in, fetch me a stoup of liquor.
Has this fellow no feeling of his business?
Oh.
He sings in grave making.
Custom hath made it in him a property of easiness.
That skull had a tongue in it and could sing once, now he Charles it to the ground. I will speak to this fellow. Whose grave's this, sir?
Mine, sir.
What man dost thou dig it for?
For no man, sir.
For woman, then?
For none neither.
Who's to be buried in?
Oh, for one that was a woman, sir, but rest her soul, she's dead.
How long hast thou been grave maker?
Oh, of all the days in the year, it came to me that that day that young Hamlet was born. She that is mad and sent into England.
Aye, marry, why was she sent into England?
Yeah, because she was mad. She shall recover her wits there, or if she do not, 'tis no great matter there.
Why?
She'll not be seen in her there. There, the folk are as mad as she.
How came she mad?
Very strangely, they say.
Upon what ground?
Why, here in Denmark.
How long will a man lie in there ere he drops?
Faith, if he be not run before he die, he will last you some 8 year, 9 year. A tenor will last you 9 year. He will keep out water a great while, and your water is a sore decayer of your poor son dead body. Yeah. Oh, here's the skull hath lying you in the earth. Woo. 3 and 20 years.
Whose was it?
Poor son, mad fellows it was. Whose do you think it was?
Nay, I know not.
This same skull, sir, was, sir, York's skull. The king's jester.
This?
You not?
Let me see. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. A fellow of infinite jest, of most excellent fancy. He hath borne me on his back 1,000 times, and now how abhorred in my imagination too. Here hung those lips that I have kissed, I know not how. Where be your gibes now? Your gambols, your songs, your flashes of merriment that were wont to set the table on a roll. Not one now to mock your own grave. Dost thou think Alexander looked at this fashion of earth?
In so?
And smelled so.
In so, my lady. Soft while. Here comes the king, the queen, courtiers. Who is this default? Country of her mark.
What ceremonials exerted great noble?
Their obsequies have been as far enlarged as we have warranted.
Must no more be told.
No more be done. She should in grounds unsanctified be lodged. flints and pebbles shall be thrown on her. Yet here she is allowed her virgin crents.
Lay her in the earth. From her fair and unpolluted flesh, her violets spring.
Tell thee, church priest, a ministering angel shall my sister be while thou liest howling.
What the fair Athenian?
Sweets to the sweet. Farewell. I hope thou shouldest have been my Hamlet's wife. I thought thy bride better have decked, sweet mate, and not have strewed thy grave.
Hold off the earth a while, till I have caught her once more in my own. Now pile your dust upon the quick and gentle of this flat mountain you have
She
made.
whose grief bears such an emphasis. This is I, Hamlet the Dane. The devil take us all!
What was
Hamlet!
Ladies! Be quiet! Why?
I will fight her upon this sea. I love the people. 40,000 sisters who with all their quantity of love not make up mice. What wilt thou do for her?
She's mad.
For love of God, forbear him.
Show me what thou do. Would weep, would fight, would fast, would tear thyself. I'll do it. Because I come into one. To outface me with leaping in her grave. Be buried quick with her, and so will I. Let them throw millions of acres.
This is mere madness.
Hey, leave Laertes. What is the reason that you use me thus? I loved you. But it is no matter. Let Hercules himself do what he may, the cat will mew, and dog will have his day.
Gertrude, set some watch on your bosom. This grave shall have a living monument. Strengthen your patience in our last night's speech. We'll put the matter to the present push. You have been talked of since your travel much for equality wherein they say you shine, for art and exercise in your defence and for your rapier, most especial Laertes. This report did Hamlet so envenom with her envy that she could nothing do but wish to play with you. Put on those who praise your excellence. Bring you in fine together and wager on your heads, for she, being remiss, will not peruse the foils. So that with ease, or with a little shuffling, you may choose a sword outbait, and in a pass of practice requite her for your father.
I'll do it.
And for that purpose, I'll anoint my sword.
I bought the poison of a mountebank, one so mortal that no medicine so rare could save a thing from death as the scratch.
Now, if this should fail, we're better not have said, therefore this project should have a back or second that might hold if this did blast it through. So let me see. Now, when in your motion you are hot and dry, and that she calls for drink, I'll have prepared a chalice for the nonce, whereon but sipping, if she by chance escape your venom stuck, our purpose may hold there. An hour of quiet shortly shall be seen. Till then, in patience, our proceeding be.
Sir, in my heart there was a kind of fighting that would not let me sleep. And up from my cabin, in the dark groped I to find Horatio, a royal navy. An exact command that my head should be struck off.
Possible?
Here's the commission. Read it at more leisure. Wilt thou hear now how I did proceed?
I do beseech you.
Devise a new commission, wrote the fair. An earnest conjuration from the king that, on the view and knowing of his content, he should those bearers put to sudden letter.
So Guildenstern and Rosencrantz go to it.
They are not in my conscience. Their defeat is by their own insinuation grown. But I am very sorry, good Horatio, that to Laertes I forgot myself. For by the image of my cause I see the portraiture of her.
Your ladyship is right welcome back to Denmark.
I humbly thank you, ma'am.
Sweet lady, if your ladyship were in leisure, I should impart a thing to you from His Majesty.
I will receive it, ma'am.
Dear lady, His Majesty bade me signify to you that he hath laid a great wager on your head. Now, here is the matter.
I beseech you, remember.
Dear lady, here is newly come to court Laertes, believing absolute gentlewoman, full of most excellent differences of very soft society and great showing. Your ladyship will not be ignorant of what excellence Laertes.
Oh, I dare not confess that, lest I should compare with her in excellence.
I mean, ma'am, for her weapon.
Well, what's her weapon?
Rapier and dagger.
Well, that's two of her weapons for one.
The king, ma'am, hath wagered with her, ma'am, that in a dozen passes between yourself and her, she shall not exceed you 3 hits. She hath laid on 12 for 9, and the thing should come to immediate trial. If your ladyship would vouchsafe the answer.
How if I answer no? If it please His Majesty, let the foils be brought, the gentlewoman willing, and the king hold his purpose, I will win for him, and I can. If not, I will gain nothing but my shame and the odd hits.
I commend my duty to your ladyship.
You will lose, my lady.
I do not think so. Since you went into France, I have been in continual practice. I will win at the others. Thou wouldst not think how ill all's here about my heart. It is no matter. It
Good,
is but foolery.
my lady. If your mind dislike anything, obey it. I will forestall their repair hither and tell them you are not fit.
Not a whit. We defy augury. There is special providence in the fall of a sparrow. If it be now, it is not to come. If it be not to come, it will be now. If it be not now, yet it will come. The readiness is all. And since no man knows aught of what he leaves, what is to leave betimes, let be.
Come, Hamlet. Come and take this hand from me.
Give me your pardon, miss, for I have done you wrong. But pardon it as you are a gentlewoman. What I have done, I here proclaim, was madness. If Hamlet from herself be taken away, Hamlet does it not. Hamlet denies it. Who does it then? Her madness. If be so, let my disclaiming from a purposed evil free me so far in your most generous thoughts as I have shot my arrow over the house and hurt my sister.
I am satisfied in nature, whose motive in this case should stir me most to my revenge, but in my terms of honour I do accept your offered love like love and will not wrong it.
I embrace it freely, and will this sister's wager frankly play. Give us the foils.
Come unto me.
Give them the foils, young Osric. Cousin Hamlet, you know the wager?
Very well, my lord. Your grace has laid the odds on the weaker side.
I do not fear it. Beseech you, brother.
Heavy, get me another.
Slides me well. These foils have all a length.
If Hamlet give the first or second hit, the king shall drink to Hamlet's better breath, and in the cup a jewel shall he throw, richer than that which 4 successive kings in Denmark's crown before.
Come.
Begin. On you the judges bear a wary eye.
Come on, miss.
Come, my lady.
What? No judgment. It's a very helpful. Well, I guess.
Stay. Give me drink. Hamlet, this pearl is thine. Is to thy health. Let it come.
I'll play this part first, let it by a while. Come. Oh, please! A touch, I can confess it!
Your daughter shall win.
She's scant of breath. Here, Hamlet, take my napkin, wrap thy brows. The queen carouses to thy fortune, Hamlet.
Do not drink.
I will, my lord. I pray you pardon.
Come, for the fair deities, you do dally. I pray you pass with your best violence. I am afeard you may go once and once.
Say you so. Come on then. Nothing. Either way. I shoot out.
Nick, come!
Yes! Look to the queen now!
How is it, my lady?
How is it, ladies?
Augusta, the queen!
Swoons to see the city.
No! No! The drink. The drink. Oh, my dear Hamlet. The drink. Drink.
Oh, let the door be locked! Treachery! Take it out!
It is here, Hamlet. Thou art slain. Indeed, there is but half an hour's life. The treacherous instruments in thy hand, unbaited and envenomed. Its foul practice hath turned itself on me. I can no more. My mother's poison. The king's to blame. The pointed venom. Then, do thy work.
Defend me, friends! I've been hurt!
Thou incestuous, murderous, damned thing! Take off his face! Follow my mother.
Exchange forgiveness with me. Noble Hamlet. Mine and my father's death. Come not on thee, nor mine on thee. Heaven make thee free of you. I follow thee.
Wretched queen, and you. I am dead, Horatio. You look pale and tremble at this chance. But I but mute, so audience to this act, had I but time, all I could tell. Let me. Horatio, I am dead. If thou didst ever hold me in thy heart, report me and my cause aright to the unsatisfied.
die, Horatio. Potent poison quiets or corrupts my spirit.
The rest is silence.
Now cracks a noble heart. Good night, sweet princess. And flights of angels sing thee to thy rest.